Welcome back to the Howa M1500 Superlite Carbon series that we're going through, where we're taking a build of and trying to build a Superlite rifle for backcountry hunting. This is the .308 caliber, and right now this video is going to be about breaking in the gun. I've done a bunch of research, and about half the people say you just don't need to, and the other half say you do. So it's the middle of winter right now, about 8 degrees outside. We got about 8 to 10 inches of snow here in Montana where I live, and I've got drifts up to 2-3 feet in depth in places. So what I'm doing is figured, why not break in the rifle and go through the process. Howa recommends the break-in procedure from their website, as it helps to burnish the inside of the barrel and fill in the micropores that are created when the barrel is manufactured. Howa recommends, as you can see on the screen, that you shoot 20 shots through the gun to break it in, with the first 10 shots being single shots, and then clean your gun, single shot, clean your gun. The remaining 10 shots you shoot twice and then clean the gun. Shoot twice, clean the gun until you've gone through the entire 20 shells. So currently, like I stated a little bit ago, it's cold outside, and this gives me something to do, which is breaking in the Howa. Don't know whether you need to or not, but it can't hurt in my mind, and I really can't go out and sight in because it's too cold and I don't want to. So we're going to break it in. I'm to the point where I've already done the single shots, and I'm going to fire 2 shots and then we'll go clean it. And I'm shooting into this hill. There's no houses behind me. Shooting in a safe direction. I'm shooting into this dirt pile from 10 feet away, 8 feet away. And that's my chicken coop back there, so that's my building. But just somewhere close to my shop that I can shoot in and then get back to where it's warm. Make sure you got hearing protection. I don't know if the silencer's going to make it quiet enough. I don't need it, but it's going to help, I hope, and we'll figure that out as we go through the video series. All right, 2 shots, let's go clean. Like I said, this video series, I'm not an expert, just a normal guy taking other people through this. When I was researching the Howa or other guns, the only thing I could find on lightweight stuff was people selling their rifle, or people that were essentially paid to, I don't know, give good reviews. Because if you look at my earlier videos, you'll see some of the weight on this is not what Howa claims. It's heavier. But we're going to go through, we'll weigh the items in one of these forthcoming videos and put stuff together. But for now, purpose of this is to clean the gun, get a little catcher up here. I've never used one of these before, and I bought one recently, saw it online and thought it was a good idea. You want to get a bore protector. You want to be able to push that rod straight so you're not tweaking your barrel. What's nice about this one is less mess, even for me. You can wet the patch, push it through the gun, and look at that powder from 2 shots. It's already been pretty clean. I don't know if you can, how well you can see this or not. Both sides pretty dirty. What I found is usually it takes about 3 patches through it before it's dry, and then I'm cheap, so I'll turn the patches over. But this, let's sit a few minutes and we'll come back. Okay, so I've let it sit about 5 minutes just to soak in. I didn't let it sit on all of them that long because I'm not that patient, but I figured I would on the first one of this. Run a patch through. The first time I did this after the first shot, it took 23 patches. The first one was wet. The next 2 were just getting out the wetness or the moisture. And then after that, I turned the patches over. So that was 3 and then 20, so that's 40. 20 of them I turned over, that's 40. So 43 patches to clean it. We'll see what this one does. So far we're at 3 one-sided patches, and we'll do double-sided here because it's just coming out. I have noticed that this has become easier to clean as the barrel's, you know, getting burnished and it's getting filled in. You know, I don't know if you can see that, but it's not terribly dirty and there's nothing on the other side. So I think I'm happy I'm breaking the gun in, you know. I guess leave comments whether you think it's worthwhile or not, but I don't think it hurts. And I got time because, as I stated earlier, you know, it's 8 degrees outside, a lot of snow, and so forth. I had to go out earlier to the goats and make sure their water was clear, give them some pets, gave them a little grain and stuff. Tell you what, goats are a pain in the ass, but they do have some manners finally, and they will stay out of camp and not swarm. I used to call them the sharks. Bring a bucket of food out there and they just swarm you. So I had an electric cattle prod, and they learned manners quick. And now they don't swarm me, and they wait till their grain is poured for the most part, and then they go into the bucket and beat each other up to according to pecking order and who gets what. But you know, the nice thing about pack goats is when you take them up there hunting, I don't bring any food or anything for them. They eat whatever they find. They drink whenever I fill up for water, and sometimes not even then. Had them not even drink entirely at all one day. Super low maintenance, and you know, nice thing is if a grizzly bear mountain lion takes one, better than me, and it's a lot cheaper than a horse. I've never had a problem with predators. I did have a bobcat sneak up on him. I got pictures of it. I'll see if I can find them, but had a bobcat when I was taking a little nap. They were about 40 yards away grazing over this bluff, and bobcat was sneaking on him, and I got up and took pictures of him about 10 yards away, and he just sat down and looked at me like, gosh dang it, you got me, and then walked away. Had a bear one time. I shot an elk and I had the goats and grabbed the goats and with my bow, grabbed the goats and was going up there, and I had a black bear trailing my elk that I'd shot. And the goats, he kept looking at me like, what the heck are you? And I'm like, well, you know, I got pack goats, what the heck? So I pulled back on that bear 3 times and just couldn't quite get a shot, you know, anywhere from 30 to 40 yards. And finally, it was just like the old cartoons. The wind had switched a little, and I swear I could see a light bulb go on over his head where he's like, uh-oh, oh no, and he just took off like a shot when he caught my wind. But did get the elk packed out and everything, and it was about a 4.5, 5 mile trek in with a super steep climb in the beginning, both directions, and that worked well. Patch is getting cleaner. I think probably don't need to do another one, but I'll do one more double-sided patch after this and we'll count them up. Oh yeah, pretty good. So goats are a pain in the ass, but also nice in a way. Great for packing. My daughter used to ride one when my wife and I would go camping and hiking. She was like 2, 3 years old, and we still want to go do stuff. Well, carrying a toddler wasn't a great idea, especially if you're wanting to carry gear. So she rode a goat, named it Treasure. And one day when we were packing out elk, my wife and daughter brought the goats up to me. And one more, probably don't need it, but my wife and daughter brought the goats up to me. I had 2 with me, and that was the bear story I just told you. Brought the goats up to me and hiked in, and Treasure was a smart goat. And on the way down, I had them loaded up pretty heavy, probably 50 pounds each once we hit the trail. And Treasure decided that, you know what, we're probably not going to leave my daughter, and just laid down the trail and said, I'm done. Stupid goat. I almost killed it right there and shot it, but I didn't. We switched my daughter to another one. Of course, she's screaming, don't hurt my goat. Got it home, put it up for sale, and found a family that wanted a nice pet. But other than that, we've had great success with goats. They're hard packers. We're clean there and good to go. So anyways, that was story of cleaning. I'm going to go do this 5 more times, or 4 more times, can't do math. and get this gun broke in, and then from there maybe we'll load up some accessories later. All right. Okay, this is shot 19 and 20, which means according to the Howa break-in process, I'm done. Initially with about 43 patches to go through it. The last few have been anywhere from that 13 to 15, 16 range for cleaning. So it's definitely burnishing the barrel, but probably getting bored of watching me shoot in the frigid Montana temperatures and cold, but here's the last two. I can tell you my shoulder's getting a little sore after all the kicking. I didn't think the gun kicked that hard, but 20 shots adds up, I suppose. So it'll be interesting to see what the silencer does for taking that out. But continue to watch the rest of the video series, and we'll walk through this process of setting up the Howa Superlite carbon in 308.